So, and I think that's also one of the beauty of being placed or being able to have an opportunity to go to different posts.
That was a nice dig by Canlas. They return it to Ateneo. To Castro, Gutierrez, back row, and that's Kennedy Batas scoring.
Executed there from the 5.
Ken Batas last year had a narrative of coming off the bench before. Aguilar, 3 blockers present. Gutierrez puts it up. Salarzon pushes to the open. Batas sending it to the back, and yet another miscue. A 9-1 run for them. Tahiludin from the middle. That worked a while ago. Not this time. Ken, block, coverage present. Nice activity by Ateneo. Emil's turn. Now it's Aguilar, rejected at the net.
For Aguilar.
Service by Jude. Enzo, back row for GM. Rejection. Gutierrez now to the open. Batas. What a set one for Ken. He's up to 8 points.
But he does recognize that Adamson slowly is getting back into the game.
I mean, if it's not for a return, it's for momentum that they can have for set 2. He's tied with Gian Salarzon as the 3rd leading scorers of Ateneo. The slide for Aguilar.
But that was a good read.
Back row for Paulino. Saved by Salarzon. Gutierrez now to Batas. Against 3 blockers, and he still found zone 5. Taluban, Batas. Ball put up by Paulino. It's Aguilar from the back. Dug up by Gian. Ateneo sends it left. Ken played it sharp.
Look at that angle by Batas.
And he had to tumble. Half of their points have come from errors of the Blue Eagles. Enzo to the open. Wow.
Because anybody you pull in, your first stringers are not performing as expected.
Ooh.
But that one.
Yeah, first stringer, yeah.
No, the first stringer, yeah. And that's a very emphatic attack.
Salarzon is number 3 with 8. Oh, check that. He's number 4 because Gopi already has 9.
Oh, no
Nice
coverage from Adamson. Everybody was actually there.
3-5, Jason Balion. Batas. Another hammer.
Breaks the momentum, especially if you have the momentum on your side. So might as well admit to it if you know that that's going to come out in the challenge anyway.
Well, if you can do that afterwards. Before the espejos, the bagunases of the world.
And if we're talking about long limbs.
Ayan.
Diba? Yung talagang pababa na pero abot pa rin niya.
But if it does happen, it's an automatic highlight. Batas. Counter. Gutierrez block. Coverage present. Dan will send it through. A chance ball. Salarzon. Enzo. Emil. Dug back. Another chance. They send it to Castro. Great presence of mind by Quadra. The rally continues. Bit of a miscue there. Chance for Adamson. Domingo back sets. Paulino is blocked.
Solid block.
He's in front. So they need a great pass here or great defense para ma-activate yung mga middle attacks.
Ken Batas. Castrodes now serving. Gutierrez to Castro. Tied at 3. Batas soaring and will be scoring.
Marathoners na natawag sa amin kasi usually hours kami tumatakbo pero it really helped our endurance din naman.
Ken Batas going behind the blockers.
Managed this to stop the offense of Ateneo.
Batas looking to put an end. Not yet, says UP. Santiago will go back to Rahim. Batas! with a stare down.
Ooh, man.
Ateneo. Good first pass. Back set to the opposite side. From the opposite side, Dan Nicolas. 3 blockers were there to give it back. Bersano, easy over. De Castro, Gutierrez, G and Salarzon neutralize at the net. And here comes UP. Clemente going behind. De Castro was there. Batas showing it how it's done for that drop ball.
Great serve.
A great pass coming from Ceballos. Rick Saavedra, softened by the block of Ateneo. De Castro sets it up for Batas against a triple block. Pasino pops it up. Batas again. Oh! Somehow that found a way. Back to the biggest lead for the Tamaraos, 15-10. Great pass by De Castro, the team captain. Batas got it. The lead is back to 6 for the Tamaraos. Batas, what an angle.
Yeah. You'll see the coaching staff. Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Batas, yes. That's 15 points now for Ken Batas. Meantime, out of Bacolod, Miguel Yu, a rookie. Espartero against the triple block. First rejection we've seen of Miko Espartero, and he scored as a Blue Eagle. He didn't play against UP. Rick Saavedra is turned away by Ken Batas.
High school volleyball for NU Nazareth School. Here he is, going to his captain. Blocked. One more. This is a chance ball for Ateneo. Could be their best look. Batas! Yes! Down the line! Take his turn. 2 points so far for NU's captain. He had 20 in their previous game. Batas, 3 blockers! And it was empty behind those 3. Emil Pasino.
The white shirts are feeling the pressure right now.
Back row, Ken Batas. 17-19, Jay Disquitado still at it. Ball up by Gian. Enzo, back row for Batas, no more save. Full front row for him. Greg to serve for the match, 25-24. Ball up by Gian. Chase for Enzo. Batas! Somebody touched the net from NU.
Gopio. Avila. Back row for Gupiteo. But the rally continues. Pasino sets it up for Batas. And that is it. What a pass. But a nice block by De Vega on Gopio. Batas again. Oh, unstoppable Ken Batas. He's coming off a 12-point performance against FEU. And a block against De La Noche. And showing them how it's done today. Ken Batas with a serve and the ace. And just like that, Ateneo erases the 4-point deficit to tie the game at 17.
Points scored by Ateneo.
Batas from the back row. Ken Batas, 20 points already. Missed the last 4 games. Safe serve coming from Ibanez. Batas back row. And he catches the line. Ken Batas, just his 2nd point in the 4th set.
Under his name and the great stat numbers there. Speak of stats, a quick shout out to Sir Pong Ducanes. Happy birthday, Sir Pong.
Happy birthday, Sir Pong.
Maglina with that hit. The pass, getting that through the blockers. And that's an Ateneo point. Minsan lang yun. That serve coming from Ateneo. Del Pilar adjusting. Batas keeping the ball alive. Chance ball for Lasal. Let's see what Adahar will do. He goes for a quick. Del Pilar is popped up there by Salarzon. Batas down the line for Kennedy. It's a 3-point deficit as Ventura serves. Picked up by Salarzon. They go up to Batas. Batas finding zone 6. Corregidor continues to serve. Gutierrez goes up to Salarzon.
Over the defense for Ken Batas.
Nilapitan mo yung ball. Oh! Another regalo
Ken Batas.
for Ken Batas. For DLSU. Pick up there by Batas. They go up to Kennedy. Kennedy, who has been quite silent. It's popped up by LaSalle. Kennedy again, this time bounce ball.
Nakaka-boost din ng confidence yan, not just for you, but also for your teammates.
Let's see if that continues. That's kept alive there by Pasino. Batas was asking for it. Kennedy Batas!
And again!
Gets that out. Pasino with 12 points already serves. Oh, serves are getting tougher. Combination with that back row. Batas on the other side. Oh! 3 straight points for Kennedy Batas!
Squad after Kennedy Batas scored a couple, or 3 points in a row.
Maglinaw now serves. They go up to Batas again. Oh! 4 straight points!
Yes, and nakakakuha naman ng quick side out ng Ateneo.
Let's see if they'll be able to do that here. They go up to Batas. Oh! Smartly done there by Kennedy.
Middle spikers, middle blockers, if they want to score a lot of points. So now, with Aligayo as a setter, let's expect him to play or manage the middle blockers. He's not comfortable going for the back set. Kaya sabi niya, kapa muna. So he needs that
Again,
feel.
he's not the team's official setter.
Yeah.
He is just stepping up for his teammates. But
set foot here in the UAAP, and he gets the first point for the defending champs. We thank you all for joining us, by the way, on opening weekend here at the Mall of Asia Arena and on Signal TV.
Off the block, no coverage there. Of course, there is that pressure. They're going up against the defending champions, as you know, Campton pointed out in that huddle. But now the task is clear. First things first, sabi nga ni Coach, masyadong tense, masyadong matigas. Let's see if they can loosen up.
Stiff, no, yung galawan. And finally, they get one after that timeout with the graduating player serving. Aringo was the one who got that good save coming from Mendoza. Captain dug up by Gapultos. Sweeping the floor, Budin. Picked up by Noel. They go back row to Fortuna, and Aringo with a defensive stop. Back and forth. Captain again with the approach, and he breaks the block.
Seem to be feeling it. LaSalle, better offense though, clean the hands.
15 points now for Buds Budin. Captain. Quick point there for the Green Spikers. That is over received, and Captain will take advantage.
Too eager to...
Captain serving for LaSalle. They go back row to Aguilar. Kept alive by LaSalle. Oh, but Domingo tried to outsmart the defenders. LaSalle was ready for it, and Captain unleashes that one. Domingo looks at the options. Cogimbal was read by Layug. Chance here for the white shirts. Adahar looks at the options, goes back to Captain on the same play and same result.
beautiful back row tap from the LaSalle.
As we take a look at this last spike coming from Campton, which forces Adamson to call for time. For the transferee out of National University faced his former team in their first game, Mendoza, who played well off the bench, earning his starter minutes. From the back, Captain was there for the pickup. Back to Mendoza. Yoyong changes things up. Almost catching the Soaring Falcons off guard. Adahar goes back row this time to Captain for the pipe attack. And Coach Rafi also noticed about the first ball. on why they want to target from the service line, but first they want to get a point here. They don't though. Captain will be the one to get it via that drop ball. 18 serving 23. Adahar. Oh, Captain, solid hit.
Wow. For LaSalle. It's that clean, no blockers.
Look at that bounce ball. Eric Layug with a serve. Paulino with a poor first ball. Chance here for the Green Spikers. They go back to Mendoza. Captain with another save on that dive. Play continues. Domingo back sets to the running Aguilar. Adahar pops it up. Fortuna. Domingo with a save. Cut shot doesn't work. Captain from the pipe.
Ang taas ng efficiency niya when he hits from the back. But LaSalle has a full front line here.
Let's see if they're able to take advantage. Poquita. Set to Del Pilar. Adamson looking to add to their lead. Mendoza with a dive. And again, Noel Captain. Adahar goes to Captain using his left. Adamson actually has 4 blocks already. Block points in this set as a team. Back set, Paulino. 1-1 against Captain.
Solid block there by Campton. Scored hit.
Able to utilize his attackers. The second year for LaSalle, that is. Meanwhile, Captain with a free ball.
Let's see if Paulino can lead a comeback here for Adamson.
Gutierrez waits for it. Mendoza was right there. De Castro sets up Captain. The chase. Able to save it. Back with the Green Spikers. They redo to Captain on the running hit for his 20th point of the match. Continuing to show that this could be indeed his breakout season for LaSalle. 1-2, picked up by De Castro. Mendoza from the back. Oh, that's kept alive and it's still playable. Great hustle play there for Adamson. And a chance for them to attack on the 1-2, but De Castro saves it. Colliding with Fortuna. And De Castro again. And then they convert it to a point for Captain.
Wow.
16-13. Poor first ball, broken play, chance for the Green Spikers. They go back to Captain on the drop.
Wow.
Content of signal. Captain is not yet done. 20-16. Paulino! Oh, receive mo, paano mo?
Lahat na. An all-around game for Noel Campton.
Who now has 24 points. Bermudez goes to the middle. That is set back. Redo here for the Green Spikers. Captain once more.
Adahar nanigurado na with a hot hand.
25 big points for Noel Captain.
A setter who can do it all. Nat Del Pilar on deck. Doxiambao to De La Noche again. At the heart of Campton, tries to answer back with a tip. He gets that. Smart move there for the DLSC Green Spikers. Now they're just down by 1. De La Noche with 9 points already. dominated set number 1. Hernandez will try to get through the blockers of UST. Campton with that kill.
Take a look at that again. Talagang iniwas niya sa blockers.
From getting a 2-1 lead. Echo Adahar to the slide. Abalye bumps it. Rahim coming out from the back. Ventura, nice save. Campton soaring and scoring.
Oh, Campton responding really well to that timeout of LaSalle. The hands of the blockers.
Abalye will send it to the open. Met by Del Pilar. To the back row, Olayemi Rahim. Maglinaw saves it. This time to Castrodes. And it's still in play. Adahar looking to put an end is Campton. Wow, what a play.
Smart hitting.
Echo combination play straight to the pavement. We arrive at set point.
And they give us a good first ball. Poquita to Piojo. Got a hand. Vince right there to clean it up. Echo opens up. Ooh, that's in for Noel Campton. UE with the back set. Aligayon is blocked, and there you go. DLSU will end set 1 with a 6-0 run. UE not pulling away. It's 9-12. Echo with a quick look. Layog, Redwell. Tebs onto the middle. Guerrero to MJ. Block. Coverage by Echo. Menard now to Noel. Yes. With a stare as well by Noel Campton.
Gutierrez continues to serve. They lead by 3. Adahar goes up to Campton. Campton gets that one through.
In between the blockers, Castro was late for the block. So
Adahar going for the serve with 6 excellent sets already tallied under his name. They go up to a be quick adjustment coming from Castro. On the other side, they go up to Campton. Campton again will try. Oh, wide open was across court. Example that off the block hit coming from Ken Batas. Castro with that serve. They go up to Maglinaw off the blockers. Batas will pick that one up for coverage. They go up to Salarzon from the back row. Guerrero with a perfect dig. Off speed coming from Campton works. Adahar going up to Campton. What a combination.
leaving a huge space there in the cross court for him.
There was really that delay, grabe. They go up to Pasinho, who was denied right there, and now the ball game is tied at 19. Seems like it. Batas with that serve. Adahar goes up to Campton. Oh, what an answer!
Especially during the latter part of this set na sobrang tight.
19 all. They go up to Batas from the back. Oh, single block. Poquita inside, almost. Saavedra was blocked. Back-to-back points for DLSU.
And with that reaction after.
We're getting a game within a game here with Rahim and Aligayon. Right on cue!
That did not look like a pipe attack. Ay, parang naging pang badminton eh. Elevation and the form. Depends sa ere.
2-point lead here is UE. Sharp serve. Rahim from the back.
Oh. Sharp serve. Returned by a sharp attack. It is becoming Rahim here in the second set. In set number 1, it was a Pozas and a Piojo showdown.
Nice receive by Soto. Just like that. Just like that.
Tingnan mo naman, pag hindi kailangan mag-adjust, it's always a perfect execution by Rahim. Toward their magic. Kanina, nangyari yan nung nagkaroon din ng mga konting rotation eh. So, we still don't see Lagando on the court. Castrodes.
Rahim. Parang yun na lang sinasabi ko, no? Rahim.
But for Rahim, parang walang smaller blocker, lahat naging small. But magandang character building experience ito for the very young squad of UP.
It's a race to 4. Andre Bicar, pinabawi si Piojo, naiangat ni Castrodes. Rahim for the lead!
Coach Carlo, the more experienced squad compared to the younger UP team.
Sharp serve. Rahim from the right back. And that one's outside.
Kasadong-kasado eh.
Rahim, he's been quiet so far. Well, not anymore.
Kasado ba? Sino mo yan? Inibabawan yung kanyang dalawang blockers.
What a quick attack for Francisco. No whistle. Play continues. Bersano. Santiago, one-handed set. Rahim!
One-handed set. As much as they have a 4-point lead, hindi sila pwedeng mag-relax. It's been a very tough match against UE.
Rahim, oh, dumadrop ball!
The first time in this match.
Balanced playmaking so far.
Santiago, popped up. Broken play, UP has it. Chance here from the back row, Rahim!
Again, Rahim really for UP point. Not the best of sets, didn't have that option to go for a full swing, but still managed.
It is a 3-point ball game. Santiago. The Rahim out of nowhere combination play for you.
Of Rahim in all sides of the court here. 2 blockers late.
Averaging 5.3 points per game in season 86. Obviously doing way better, improved so much here.
Right. Allowing his players to breathe and talked about how they need to be more aggressive with offense. This is a big adjustment for them. Not having your main setter on the court is definitely...
Scores that point for Ateneo.
Santiago, quick of their own, read by Castro. Rahim, a high set for him!
In this early part of this set for Ateneo.
Santiago looking to tie this game up. Pinayungan. Free ball. Clarence, back to Rahim! And we are tied at 9.
There you go, UP can really score the ball. Now hitting the ball above the blockers is really hard to defend those kinds of those types of balls. No?
Another kill block.
Now UP up 1 against Ateneo. Set. Pero yun, pag nagka-error sila, minsan nagkakatuloy-tuloy eh.
Santiago, the set for Rahim, dug by Batas. Gutierrez sends it to Pasino. Another kill block. Rahim
focusing on how to block the ball because you know a block point is a
Carlo. Maniwala ka. Tingnan natin kung gagana. Abalye will go back row for Rahim.
What? Kuha sila kahit papano ng touch, but that was such a clean hit from Rahim.
He makes back row attacks.
Siya naman talaga yung starter ng LaSalle since last season.
Rahim.
That is, every time they commit these unforced errors on the service line, lalong nadadagdagan yung lamang ng Green Spikers.
Maglinaw. There at the net. JJ. Battle at the net. UP has possession. Rahim. Straight to Noel Campton. Ventura drop ball, but Rahim with a reach for a block.
Generation of super rookies.
That's right.
Hindi lang isa, ang daming magagaling na first-year players here in the UAAP.
Speaking of, right on cue. We're tied 4-all.
Finally, Rahim gets something going here for the Fighting Maroons, and that is only his 3rd point, Neil.
Well, so far, they've only had 1 blemish, and that's against the #1 team in the league so far, as that ball gets a hit out.
Yung middle blocker ng NU. Uaap had his eyes on the middle blocker, Dan Nicolas.
Ancheta with that serve. Tommy will set this up for Rahim. Rahim gets through the triple block.
With 4 markers.
And that's his first point here at the second set for the blue shirts. Let's straight to the libero. Abalia goes up to Rahim. Rahim gets that off the shack.
First point for the Fighting Maroons.
It's really about sustaining that same kind of energy in the first few points.
Oh, this time it's NU who's having trouble with the reception. Serve coming from Peng. Oh, Rahim remains unstoppable here. A lot of trust is also key in this game.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Rahim. 8 excellent sets in this game so far. Ancheta goes for the one-hand set to Tagibolos. He's denied. They go up to Budin. Oh, blocking now, working on the side of UP.
Nilalagay niya si Rahim sa right pin para mas mataas yung chance to get a good block against the outside.
Peng with that serve. Rahim denied by the blockers. Rahim again on the second try. This time kept alive by NU. Adjustment coming from Aringo. They go up to Rahim on the 3rd try. This time he gets a point.
3rd time's the charm for Rahim.
Bersano with that first ball. They go up to the back row. Hard hit after hard hit. It was a big quick pero mukhang almost sa dos na pumalo. Serve there coming from Jude. They go up to a pipe play for Adamson. Pick up there by Custodes. They go up to the back row. Oh, what a hit from Rahim.
Let's take a look at that again. Merong tumalon mismo.
And UP is just 3 points away to tie things over. Custodes with that serve. They go up to Paulino's denied now. Blocking now is activated. Rami Masuela to call for a timeout. Let's listen in to what the Adamson Soaring Falcons.
Tos ng more than 3 and 5 points.
Pag makaisa pang talon si Custodes, I wanna ask kung dati pa siyang track and field player. Pero we have to appreciate that
In the hands of the blockers and the net.
Custodes with that serve.
Ito yung rotation kung saan sila nakalamang kanina with a streak of points.
Gutierrez with that hit. On the other side, Abali adjusting for that.
Good save.
Oh, solid block against Jude Aguilar. And Rahim is fired up here.
Solid block. It's one thing to have it done in this fashion. One
single-handed
block. Power tips na yan. Yan yung gumagana ngayon for Adamson.
Bermudez, the second setter with that serve. Oh, back row hit.
8 points for Rahim, 7 for Custodes, 6 for Lagando, 4 for Nicolas. And to think itong si Nicolas was a bit inactive in that second set.
Lagando popped up there by Domingo. On the other side, Paulino denied by the blockers.
Feel it after that block, and why not? He worked hard for it. Look at the adjustment. And his eyes were on Custodes in this match.
Domingo with that serve. Bersano was there. Abalia goes up to Rahim, swiping it over. Return coming from Obeda. Bersano chooses Rahim. Cross court!
May hit na si Rahim. And like we said, we were expecting a much intense third set.
Dabuhay na yung dalawang teams dito. They go up to Rahim, over the blockers and off the hands of Quadra.
Let's see if they get to deliver just one last.
Abalia with that serve. Tahiludin with that pickup. They go to Aguilar again. Picked up there by Lagando with some spice. Custodes, soft touch up, that crosses. Domingo goes up to Gutierrez. Picked up by Abalia. set up by Bersano. Going to Rahim. Checked by the blockers. Quadra was there. Long rally we have here. Tailunin denied by a solid block from UP.
Look at that! The reaction of the UP crowd. But it was the collaboration of Rahim and their middle blocker.
Aguilar with that serve. Abalye goes up to Lagando on the other side. Quadra will play setter up to Aguilar off the tape of the net. Lagando played setter to Rahim, picked up there by Aguilar. They go up to Gutierrez on the open side off the blockers. Long rally we have here. Rahim will try again. Oh, and that closes things out. Melatuna as coach. Aguilar, oh, solid block here.
27 points for Aguilar. He stopped.
Mendoza is blocked by Valera. Saavedra got it. Saavedra and delivers his 8th point of the game. It's a long way back though if you're UST down by 6 points. Espartero, a nice dig coming from Valera. Cupiteo. Espartero picking it up. Here's Saavedra. Down the line. Drix Saavedra knocks it in.
Just passing through the blockers. Let's take a look at that once again. Clear open space. Just too fast.
Saavedra.
Last year, in the elimination round preliminaries, he had 186 points, 9th best scorer in the league. Talking about Drix. Great hustle from FEU. Converts it into a point.
Second look at that. Great effort from Dongala there. And again, Drix Saavedra, just one of the veterans, reliable attacker.
Chance here for FEU. Dongala on deck to serve. Abalye will send this one to Castrodes. Saavedra, nothing yet. Great cover from UP. Ooh, blocked
already. Two Castrodes, 2 blockers jumping right at the same time to close down Castrodes.
Santiago will go to the left pin, saved by Cacao. They go to Saavedra. And you know that FEU is feeling it here.
Mendoza setting up Saavedra, up middle, setting up the opposite attacker. That, I mean, we keep talking about the
early on in third. Francisco with 2 attack points, he will serve. Cacao chases it, sets up Drix. Popped up. Oh, that's a bit too far. A quick 2 points. Or make that 3 points. A quick 3 points here.
Right.
Saavedra serving for FEU. Rahim again. Not this time. Ariel goes to the other side. Goes to Drix.
Drix Saavedra starting to be unstoppable here. He is capable of being a scoring machine here for FEU, and that's what he has been doing in this third set.
So then you like that substitution by Coach Ed bringing in Cacao, just, you know, to change things up and get that 3 point.
And a free ball here, chance for them to get back-to-back points. Cacao goes to Saavedra.
What a response by FEU. I mean, and you look like they're, no, FEU's right back.
Perfect setup and execution for that play. Service in. Ancheta goes to Aringo. Saved by Talisayan. They go back to Saavedra, who breaks the block.
By Talisayan.
Back-to-back points for NU will come in for Mukaba.
That's a good serve.
Saavedra saves another set point.
Stopping from scoring for FEU.
25 all.
I mean, they have to rely on themselves.
Correct. Cacao serving. That's in. Ancheta goes to Bodin. Oh, denied! No entry as FEU steals set number 1.
It's working for FEU. Because I was looking at him during warm-ups, he was just banging away.
Yeah. Saavedra.
Wow. Oh,
what an angle on that.
broaden your way of thinking.
You have to find the right balance of going for the risky plays. But again, the block by Drix Saavedra.
Boy, look at that. Actually, it was a loose block, but Saavedra just knew which angle to... They got to give him more sets. They got to feed him.
Try to get him going here, maybe before it's too late. Saavedra.
The blockers were there. Saavedra's just doing a good job in penetrating those.
Ancheta, that is over-received a little.
Oh.
Back within you. Oh, that's tough. But Bodin got a touch. Between.
Oh, what a dig.
Capultos with a save. Chance for the Tamaraws. They go to Saavedra down the line.
You don't envy him.
At the service line, Cacao back sets to Saavedra, and Drix will score.
By Drix, Saavedra goes to show how confident he is. You know, he saw the blockers, he knew how to angle it. Again, when you're...
Will continue to serve. Ping sends it in. Cacao goes back to Saavedra. And that does it.
And you did mention Dip. This is their first victory over NU in 5 years. So how sweet is that?
Right. One more time for Drix Saavedra for his 20th point. 20.
With the dig. Saavedra. Against the libero, no less, of Ateneo.
Just too powerful.
If you're wondering, De Castro is the number... Combination play. And that's on the line. The block against Salarzon. Yes, Scorpio. Beautiful serve. Saavedra. And that's going to be 9 match points
in 4 games. You target Miguel, and the crowd goes wild here for the FEU bench after a good receive. Free ball, FEU. Let's see who Benny goes to. Saavedra with the put down. But right now, the lead is down to just 4. After an 8-0 run, Saavedra puts an end.
After talking about them on top of the coverage.
Back set to the opposite side, and Saavedra will score.
Team in the league so far.
Well, this is going to be big for them, of course.
You know, I'm sure they're taking it one set at a time. Talagang try to just win. Oh, wow. There's the adjustment. Definitely, Dahiludin is a marked man. He was able to score 5 points. So, batay na ito si Dahiludin. Adamson enjoying a 3-point lead, the biggest so far in this game. And that's off the hands. Adamson not able to follow up with that one.
Adamson would really have to be very careful of those errors.
Oh, wow. Dahiludin is really a marked man after having given up the first 2 sets. And I'm sure they came into this game with eyes wide open. They're playing the most successful team so far in season 87.
Top shut down by 3 blockers. So it was
John Gay is now on the court for Adamson as a setter. See if he can change things up. Oh, he's not playing setter. Domingo is still the setter.
With how they play, Adamson taking advantage of it.
And there you go. Bawi naman si Jix. Oh, that one got away from Taniudin. So Saavedra had a couple of errors on the offense, but
18, serving 21.
Adamson needs to stop right away. But here's a chance for FEU to gain on the Falcons. Again, Canlas. Woo! Medyo masikip dun sa kaliwa pero pinilit pa rin. So they've been able to clean up at the service. They have not been committing too many errors this time. Still set point for Adamson. Ceballos was there. Here comes FEU. Another big one for Trick Saavedra. Jump serve for Saliudin. Saavedra. Tusok na tusok.
Benny going back to Saavedra with the bounce ball. Who scored 27 points in that last game, so confidence is an all-time high for Campton. Meantime, Dongala was blocked. Kakao back to Dongala. Sent back from the opposite side. Saavedra will score. Saavedra from the back row. That's their first stuffed block, Noreen. Talking about FEU. Slide. Good coverage by Talisayan at the net. Saavedra, same spot, same result.
Oh, 2-point game.
Another good receive by Ceballos. Saavedra. Too hot to handle from the back row. Now with 4 points. Saavedra. Deep corner pocket once again. And here we go with Rui Ventura starting off set number 3 at the opposite side. Saavedra. Speaking of opposite side, that's his territory right there. It's been a tight ball game.
2 points is a luxury. Perfect pass.
Saavedra. Off the block, count the point. Ventura. Ceballos says, I am right here. Saavedra. Is that in? Yes, it is, according to our first referee.
From the older brother of his former starting setter in Coach Vince. Aguilar on the combination. That was beautiful. Adamson not allowed anymore. Batas. Try to exploit the hole to no avail. Aguilar. Cross court. Match point. Bermudez back set. Aguilar block. But it still went through. Space between the blockers.
3 actually now for the Green Spikers. But they get that one through. May onting beaten from Aguilar.
When he was able to hit that ball.
And then avoiding them, going to zone number 1. And finally, LaSalle able to tie this game up at 19 all. Domingo back sets. Good dig coming from Mendoza.
Mendoza has been defending really well this game.
Back to the same spot, and a different guy, Aguilar, converting.
Going to him again and again. And Aguilar rewarding his efforts.
Campton expect him to go for a hard serve and manage to score a point here. Good first ball leads to that play to Jude Aguilar.
Play in the middle as well.
It seems like they're doing that triple block system. Domingo now going up to the opposite side. Oh, that works for Aguilar. Aguilar working all sides of the court.
From the right pin, take a look at that set. Beautiful set, but no block found for UE.
Retargeting the center court.
Domingo with that serve. Aligayon going up now. Oh, triple block. Well established. 40 nulls.
Synchronized. Take a look at that. Adamson has learned from their mistakes in set number 1.
Well, let's see if they'll be able to correct that. They gave a lot of points to Warriors. And, Aguilar from back row. The vertical.
On point. That reach.
Tahiludin with that pickup.
It's a good set.
They go up to Paulino. Great adjustment.
That extra
ball, yeah, and it look at that. And it really makes sure it makes that hold. Pokita now will serve. The injection of Pokita has changed things up for UE, but on the other side, Aguilar.
We need to hear more noise coming from Aguilar. It's been quiet in set number 2.
Pokita now sets up the quick, but that is denied there.
He having to regroup after that.
Going for that floater. Picked up there by Gutierrez. They go up to the opposite side. Oh,
it's a bullet. One of the veterans here, I would say, for the Soaring Falcons, needs to step up big time here.
For Adamson. Pokita.
Oh, that's too tight. Ooh.
Oh, Regalo.
Taking advantage of the overpass and also, misset actually. And avoiding the net as well in the front.
Pinapayungan pa rin siya ni Gupiteo.
Another powerful serve. Tahiludin saves it. Chance ball UST. Yambao the setup for Gupiteo. What a dig. Back row. Regalo for Jude Aguilar.
No room talaga for errors. Inside. And that's picture perfect. Already during play. Tapos nawawala sa service. A good serve.
Oh, that
Perfect.
was smart of Aguilar.
Yan, ang matatalino lang. Sabi ni coach of both the women and the men's volleyball teams.
Oh, that was smart of Jude Aguilar. Off-speed hit.
Adamson needs, and they need a string of points. That's great hang time, Jude Aguilar.
4 timeouts left, so it's now all up to the players. Let's see what Adamson would do here. They only need 2 more points to get a set from FEU. Aguilar scores a point for Adamson.
What a smart play by Aguilar. Hindi naman kailangan puro palakasan, talinuhan lang talaga. And here comes FEU. Espartero going up and we blocked.
Michael Iqbal.
Domingo going for Aguilar again. Aguilar saving the day.
Adamson needed the points. They go to Aguilar.
And you know, the blockers were
Adamson's got to acknowledge that and be quick on their feet.
Domingo going to the quick. And that's Jude Aguilar scoring.
Complaining they may have a point. That ball kind of stayed longer than normal, but yeah.
Domingo will choose the back row in Jude Aguilar for point number 7.
Well, Adamson keeping in step with NU.
Domingo.
From the opposite side, Jude Aguilar is making it look so easy.
6-point advantage. I feel NU is overthinking things. They have to go back to basics.
Domingo will set up Aguilar with a bounce ball.
NU at bay here. Look at that.
Target Gutierrez. Combination play, Jude Aguilar.
Combination play, Aguilar. Look at that. Another open look, just a one-on-one.
Back set to the back. Jude Aguilar with point number.
Paulino, they've been on point today. And they're doing a good job in chipping, replacing Ancheta in set number 2.
The toss to the pipe. And Jude Aguilar, undiggable.
From the back row.
Again, Aguilar bailing Adamson out.
Player booking foul now, serving for the Falcons.
2 points away from getting their first set.
The serve.
Smart IQ play there for Jude Aguilar.
You know, if you let NU back into this game,
sharp serve. Cross-court hit. Jude Aguilar getting spicy in here in set number 4.
Woods Budin just so good.
Working on a 20-point game. Meanwhile, Jude Aguilar finding the line.
Jude Aguilar gonna play big here in set number 5. They just can't seem to stop Woods Budin,
who now has 22 points in this game from the back row. Jude Aguilar.
Jude Aguilar from the back row.
Needed that. Talk about the soaring Falcons.
He is showing his killer aim for a good side out here. Down by 1. Good first pass. Domingo sending it to Jude Aguilar.
Errors.
UP now serves with Lipata on the other side. They go for a quick hit. That works for Jude Aguilar.
Middles early here in this match, and why not? That is where they can get an advantage.
One of the things that they focused today is attacks and serving. Custodes with that serve. Domingo goes up to the opposite side. Off the blockers was Paulino. Aballe goes up to Rahim. Rahim denied by the block end. Coverage was unable to keep that alive.
Respect to our Nigerian rookie. Triple block up against Rahim. That's the kind of threat he poses.
In between the open hitter and the middle blocker. They go up to Aguilar. This time down the line. Oh, kept alive by Lagando. This time UP really hammering it up on the defense. Oh, another one. Same spot. This time it works.
Jude Aguilar, but this time, look at the center. Nakapasok din siya masyado. Sa face niya, face guard.
Just a little fun, of course. Aguilar off speed works. An easy answer. This because he has been that energy ball for UP, as we appreciate that. Serving is Dan Nicolas. Pick up there by Gutierrez. Oh, Aguilar adding some fire into it.
Pasok na pasok siya. That sideline was way open for Aguilar to target. Look at that. Setters who still take risk during crunch time.
It's a high risk, high reward system for both these teams. Aguilar from the back row. Oh, and he is getting into it.
By this matchup.
Pwede naman. Tumalikod ka muna.
On the side of NU.
Yeah, the setters are being tested. Kung kanina ba nila ibibigay, because both teams defending well. Budin is asking for a touch. Going back and then with the approach again. And you will try to answer. Budin. Finally, he's been waiting for that clean hit.
Offense coming from him. Good cross court right there. Slight lead here in set number 2, but NU just very steady.
Check there. Ancheta goes back to Budin. And down the line, he scores.
Also rubbing off on the rest of his teammates in that huddle. So the response
Nakahara nga lang si Tagibolos on that instance. Oh, Budin! Pipe attack! Set up to Budin, and that is his 10th point of the match.
Of course, that elevation.
20 serving 22. Ancheta looks at the options, goes back row to Budin.
They need a good first ball.
Budin off the block, gets out. He's the leading scorer right now. That's going to be a point for NU.
Also cheering on his team, hoping that his energy would rub off on the others.
Pareho sila ni Young Mendoza with 8 points each. Oh, Budin. Bit of a stare down against his Alas Pilipinas teammate. 6-point game. As Noel told his teammates earlier, malayo pa. But they have to make a run right now. But it's been tough with Micaelo Budin on point all throughout this match. Mendoza serving for FEU. They're down by 2. Budin gets a clean look. 14 serving 15 here in set 1. They go to Buds. Budin with a smart drop.
Read that. He was blocking it, but Kakao just so smart.
4-0 run to tie this game up at 21 all. They go now to Budin to stop the dry spell.
And what he can do, obviously, for defensive purposes.
Good receive. Mendoza, though, a soft one. They go to Budin. Ceballos picks it up. Kakao chooses the hot hand. Saavedra, though, return to sender by Buds Budin.
The defense of NU, they knew come crunch time, FU would go to Jake Saavedra.
It bounces back to Saavedra. I think he was kind of bothered also by Gapultos, who went after that ball, but let's see how they recover here. Budin again.
He scored 4 in set number 2. Vicar. Aligayon turned away by Buds Budin. Back-to-back points for Budin.
Scoring double figures now for UE.
Aligayon, yes, and Piojo with 10 each for the Red Warriors. Buds Budin flying in from the back row.
So now side of NU. Mapa-back row, mapa-front row, mapa-block. Really score.
In his 4th year, Aaron Marikina with the serve. Budin says if Axel can do it, Buds Budin can do it too.
Yeah, better way here coming from Buds. Always hitting it as hard as he can.
1 point lead for UE. Buds Budin against a single block.
Well, it has been effective.
Yeah. 2 point lead for NU. This is their biggest lead of the set. Aligayon. Short pass or short kick coming from Ordiales. Buds Budin with a tip. Vicar, easy pickup. Ledesma sets it back to Piojo against the triple block. This one falls in again. So back-to-back blocks. We're gonna rest.
Really hard now to go against a 3-point. I'm about to call a challenge, but it's really you guys playing inside on how to support each other.
Las Cunha blocked this time. Taglibolos scoring his 4th block point. Overpass. Aringo. Good coverage from Piojo. Chance ball for NU. Ancheta. Back row Budin. Got it!
Great find coming from Ancheta.
This is now the biggest lead for National University in the match. They're up by 8.
Ibabaw pa din niya. Napapadaan yung bola.
That's his first point, though, in this match. Buds Budin. Returned by NU, practically a chance. Salarzon. How about that save by Gapultos? Budin, yes sir!
We do have to commend the effort of Tagibolos.
Here's Enjo Gutierrez. That guy had 5 points versus Adamson. Ancheta backs it to Boots. Nice save. Free ball. A lot of time for Greg Ancheta. He chooses. Boots Budin with a hammer.
Same with last touch. It's also about the last touch in a joust in the net. That serve gets an ace for Buds Budin.
Jelay Lagando will formation, especially when Buds Budin is on that service line.
Yeah. Passing is the main focus.
And you have to go for power. Aside from choosing the right angles, kailangan din malakas yung palo because if you get a soft touch, ang daling maabot ng tall blockers. Milking the serving of Buds Budin, looking at a 12-point lead.
Shank pass. Adjustment coming from UP on the other side. Ordiales gets the first ball. They go up to the pipe. Budin getting that point. Budin scoring.
Feeling it.
Look at that. 2-point lead maintained by NU. Abalia going up to Rahim, but Rahim is denied there. But single block of Buds Budin.
That is a big point for NU to block Rahim at all. Pag nakita niyo siya live kung gaano kataas yung...
Serving 16.
Ancheta goes to Buds, and Buds gets that at the corner.
It boils down to the other categories of this game.
It's a 7-point lead now for NU. Ancheta going for a combination play, pero yung combination na sa pipe.
Sa pipe, sa back row.
Picked up by Gapitolos. Budin. Rahim with that serve. Ordiales adjusting and playing setter there. Budin with that hit on the other side. Nicolas denied by Mukaba.
In these kinds of situations.
Abalia will now serve. Picked up by Aingo. They go up to a pipe play from Budin.
Almost in the 20-point mark.
Serve coming from Lagando. Capultos pops this one up for Budin. Budin this time finds the line. Ordiales with that serve. They go up to Lipata. Custodes keeping that alive. Oh, nobody home for UP for that block.
And the sweeper should be in the right position to balls. Everybody was compressed up front.
14 blocks in total.
I feel better setting. You know, they're getting more open looks. So they've been scoring better, a lot better than they did in the first set.
Here comes Buds Budin. Player in double figures.
Gallego looking to respond with Budin. Not yet. Domingo will set. Gutierrez naman. That one returned. Quick to Aguilar.
Oh, it's still alive.
They will go back to Jude. And Buds Budin with a block.
And what you see, you know, from Adamson, when they see just one blocker, they're just so sure they can score.
Soft touch by Buds Budin. Just extinguishing the fire with some big points. Gallego to the pipe. Straight up and down for Buds Budin. Combination to the back row.
Boy, what a set by Gallego there. Look at that. The blockers just didn't know what hit them.
Trap serve. To the open. Buds Budin. Straight up and down once again. Gallego. Binabawi si Budin. Regalo. Buds Budin.
3-point lead for NU. Down 2-0. Looking for a reverse sweep. Here we go. One-handed set. Big chance for NU. From the right pin. Aguilar. And the NU Bulldogs.
You know, they will be challenged. They have their struggles. But what you like if you're a fan.
Valera is back in the game. A great pass coming from Gapultos. Back row, Boots Budin knocks it in. That is Ibanez. They won decisively and convincingly the first set. 9-point win. But they've lost their last 2 sets. There's a block as they have been able to check De La Noche already. And it comes at set point. Makam with 14 already. 5-1 run for UST. Boots Budin. What a save. Terrific defense by Alabar. Budin again. Going down the line and catches the line. What an adjustment.